In this video, we are going to show you which are the best neighborhoods in Lisbon, so you can choose the perfect place to stay and also understand the vibe of each part of the city. Choosing the right neighborhood in Lisbon makes all the difference in your trip because each region has its own personality and offers a completely different experience. Let us go. Lisbon is a city divided into neighborhoods with very distinct personalities, organized around the 7 historic hills. In just a few minutes on foot, you can go from modern and elegant Chiado to medieval and labyrinthine Alfama. From lively Bairro Alto to sophisticated Príncipe Real, from the pink street of Cais do Sodré to historic Belém. Each neighborhood has different identity, rhythm, gastronomy, and resident profile. Choosing where to sleep completely defines the tone of your trip. Let us start with neighborhood number 1, Baixa Chiado. It is the neighborhood we always stay at in Lisbon, and we recommend it especially for those visiting the city for the first time, or with only a few days. Baixa Chiado is the tourist, commercial, and historic heart of Lisbon. Here are Praça do Comércio with its equestrian statue facing the Tagus River, Rua Augusta with its neoclassical arch and Portuguese calçada pavement, Praça Dom Pedro IV, known as Rocio, the famous Santa Justa elevator from 1902, and dozens of historic shops, classic cafes, and theaters. It has direct access to several metro lines, is between all the other central neighborhoods, and is the most practical and strategic option to get to know Lisbon. We created this custom map that explains exactly which is the best region. Staying in this area, you cannot go wrong. And in the video description and here in the QR code, we will leave the link to the page with this map, and with the hotels we have stayed at and recommend highly, including a hotel in Baixa Chiado, where we stayed for an incredible price, super well located near Praça do Comércio and the metro. We saved a lot of money with that choice. Neighborhood number 2 is Alfama, the medieval historic heart of Lisbon. It is the oldest neighborhood in the city, with Moorish origins, which survived the earthquake of 1755. The narrow alleys paved with Portuguese calçada wind through hills, with houses of colorful tiles, clotheslines with hanging laundry, cats on the roofs, and the smell of grilled sardines in the air. Here are the Castelo de São Jorge at the top, the Sé Cathedral of Lisbon, the famous Miradouros of Santa Lucia, and Portas do Sol, the most authentic fado houses, and the National Pantheon. It is the most authentic and atmospheric neighborhood of Lisbon, perfect for history and traditional culture lovers. Neighborhood number 3 is Bairro Alto, at the top of the hill west of Baixa. During the day, it is a quiet residential neighborhood with low houses and some shops and galleries. At night, it becomes the heart of Lisbon nightlife, with more than 100 small bars in narrow alleys, packed with young Portuguese and tourists drinking cheap drinks in the street until morning. It is relaxed, alternative, and affordable. The Miradouros of São Pedro de Alcântara and Bica, with its iconic yellow elevator, are unmissable tourist spots. Neighborhood number 4 is Príncipe Real, north of Bairro Alto. It is the most charming and trendy neighborhood of Lisbon currently, with beautiful bourgeois houses from the late 19th century restored into fashion, boutiques, concept stores, award-winning restaurants, sophisticated wine bars, and artisanal cafes. Praça do Príncipe Real, with its centennial cedar tree, is the heart of the neighborhood, with weekly fairs and outdoor cafes. It has a great LGBT scene and is frequented by the creative elite of Lisbon. It is the perfect choice for cosmopolitan couples and foodies. Neighborhood number 5 is Cais do Sodré, by the Tagus River. It was a degraded port area that transformed in recent years into one of the trendiest hubs in Lisbon, with the famous Pink Street, an old brothel street repainted in pink that today concentrates vibrant bars and clubs. Here is also the famous Time Out Market at the Mercado da Ribeira, food hall with dozens of Portuguese chefs, and the train station to Cascais and Belém. It is the perfect choice for young people and lovers of modern nightlife. Speaking of exploring the neighborhoods well and their attractions, in the video description and here in the QR code, we will leave the link to the site we always use to buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the largest tours website in the world and has practically everything there. Everything at the lowest price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. And they have free tours that are great, including guided walking tours through each of these neighborhoods. And remember that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip at the lowest price. The sites we use to put together our trips, with everything much cheaper, travel SIM card, travel insurance for half the price, tickets to all the attractions, good and cheap hotels we have stayed at, cheap car rentals, and the global account. And the links already include automatic discounts, so save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. Neighborhood number 6 is Belém, west of the center, by the Tagus River. It is the neighborhood of the historic monuments of the Portuguese discoveries, with the UNESCO heritage Mosteiro dos Jerónimos, the Torre de Belém, the Padrão dos Descobrimentos, the Belém Cultural Center, and the National Coach Museum. Here is also the historic Pastelaria de Belém, in operation since 1837, with the original pastel. It is more residential and quiet than the center, and more distant from the central tourist attractions, ideal for those who want to escape the bustle of Baixa. Neighborhood number 7 is Parque das Nações, east of the center. It was the area where Expo 98 took place, and that transformed into a completely modern neighborhood with contemporary architecture by the Tagus. Here are the famous Oceanário de Lisboa, one of the best aquariums in the world, the Lisbon Cable Car, the Vasco da Gama Tower, the Knowledge Pavilion, and the largest bridge in Europe, the Vasco da Gama, with 17 kilometers. It is the perfect choice for families with children, business trips, and those who want a modern Lisbon. Neighborhood number 8 is Alcântara, with the famous LX factory. It is an old industrial zone on the banks of the Tagus that has been reconverted in the last 15 years into a cultural, culinary, and creative hub. LX factory is an old 19th century factory transformed into a complex with restaurants, vintage shops, galleries, bookstores, creative offices, and the famous street art murals. On Sundays, the LX market with artisanal products takes place. It is the perfect choice for hipsters, creatives, and those seeking the alternative Lisbon scene. To wrap up, let us go to the final comparison. For a young couple on their first trip, Baixa Chiado is the obvious choice for practicality and centrality. For history, fado, and medieval atmosphere lovers, Alfama is incomparable. For young and relaxed nightlife, Bairro Alto. For sophisticated couples, foodies, and fashion lovers, Príncipe Real is the best choice. For young people who want modern nightlife and gastronomy scene, Cais do Sodré with the Pink Street. For families with children and modern Lisbon, Parque das Nações. For a quieter experience near historic monuments, Belém. And for alternative, creative, and indie culture lovers, Alcântara with LX Factory delivers the best experience. An important tip for moving between all these neighborhoods, use the daily Navigante Pass for €6.80, which takes you to any corner of the city on metro, bus, trams, and historic elevators. Do not think about renting a car in Lisbon, it will only get in your way. The historic center has narrow alleys and impossible hills. Walk a lot too, especially between Baixa Chiado, Bairro Alto, Cais do Sodré, and Alfama, which are all within walking distance but require stamina for the hills. As a bonus, it is worth considering the neighboring cities of Sintra and Cascais as options for a day, or even for an overnight stay. Sintra, 40 minutes by train from Rossio, offers charming hotels and aristocratic mansions surrounded by colorful 19th century palaces. Cascais, also 40 minutes from Cais do Sodré, offers seaside accommodation with a modern fishing village atmosphere. Both are excellent alternatives for couples seeking tranquility and charm, perfectly completing the Lisbon stay. And for those who are new here on the channel, you are very welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you're enjoying it, subscribe here on the channel and like the video. That helps us a lot. If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a great trip.